if you've never dealt with trying to figure out as is value before, there's 3 quick methods that we try and use. Number one is if you have your home on the left here, for example, this one is as is condition, and you have another home that's very, very similar to it that is all updated and renovated, then of course those 2 comparables are going to be super helpful. You see what the one that was updated sold for and the one that's in junky condition sold for. You can see the difference. That is really helpful, and that's the best way to get as is value. But sometimes you can't always find a home that's just like your home on the market that was in that's been updated. So if that is the case, then another option that you can do is you can find 2 similar homes in your neighborhood. They might not be exactly similar to the subject property, but they're similar to one another. One that's in bad condition, the other one that's in updated condition. You figure out the price per square foot difference. So if the one that's in bad condition sold for $100,000 a square foot, and then the one that's updated sold for $150,000 a square foot, then you know that roughly you can there's a $50,000 per square foot difference that you can improve the value of this home. And then if we know it's going to cost roughly $25 a square foot to make these updates, then of course that makes a lot of sense for us to come in and do that. So that's another method, is just getting 2 similar comparables to each other, but it's not necessarily the same to the subject. And the third method is what an investor will do, is they'll take the home and determine what the fixed up value, the after repair value is. So let's say they think this junky home will, after fixed up, will sell for $1 million. Then they're going to subtract any renovation costs. So let's say they think it's going to cost $200,000 to update the home. Then an investor is going to add in their profit. So for example, if the investor is saying, hey, I want to make an additional $100,000 or $200,000, then their as is value and what they will offer will be what remains. So you take the $1 million minus the $200,000 in renovation fees, minus the $100,000 in profit that they're trying to make, and then they're going to make their as is value is going to be $700,000. So that when we go through that example with a homeowner, we just ask ourselves, we don't know exactly how much profit an investor is going to be aiming for, but do you want that profit or do you want to give it to the flipper? Because if you want the profit, then come talk to us and we can help you do that. We can help you achieve that. Dave, do you want to go over this one? I think we're just about there. I can't hear you, Dave.
Thanks. Yeah, this is something that we'll do as part of the preliminary estimate. Is we'll go through our own process of determining our opinion of as-is value. We try to be what we call realistically conservative on our opinion of value, both as is as well as repaired. And then based on that and our opinion of kind of return on investment as we go through what we would propose to get done, we'll give the estimated project cost range of the range of improvements that we think makes sense to consider doing. Along with that, we give our opinion of what that will result in terms of value range on an as repaired basis for what the home can sell, that nets to what would be the expected net increase to the customer based on the proposed job. So that's something we can kind of flag with you if that's something that you want to go through with the customer or is just helpful for you as an agent. We've had really good feedback on that being a really helpful tool for you to use, that then often an agent can put in your own net sheet and kind of do your own math as well. But that can be a really helpful step in just determining whether to go forward and how much to go forward with, and kind of applying what Joe just walked us through, as well as kind of looking under the hood at how we look at these jobs.
Okay, so that's the end of what we're presenting. Any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or add them in the chat. Sort of my closing thought is that this really truly has been such a rewarding process, and we are making it has been life-changing for a lot of people. And it's really special, not just for us, but also for the listing agent and their relationship with their homeowner. We just sat down with a customer, and Sandy, who's just like, he lost his job and divorced and still taking care of the kids. And instead of making 85, he's now making 20 bucks a month or 20 bucks an hour. And like, he can't afford his mortgage payment anymore. The house is in really rough condition. And the investor offers that were coming in were just like so terribly like low. And he was just really angry and overwhelmed. And when his agent brought us in, and we went through everything, like you could see this physically, his like countenance completely changed, and it looked like something was being lifted off his shoulders. And he was just saying, like, this for the first time, because of his listing agent, he was talking to his listing, because of you and because of Make It Market Ready, I feel like there's like real hope for me in this. And he will literally make an additional $150,000 to $200,000 at the end of this process. So this can be a really special opportunity to help people in the community. In fact, our mission is to, we strive to improve the lives of individuals, neighborhoods. Well, David, I'm like,
improve lives, improve homes, and improve communities.
Thank you. Yeah, improve lives, homes, and communities. That's what it is. Oh, that's so embarrassing. But that's what we've got for you guys today. And yeah, any questions before we hop off? And thank you so much for joining us.